This segment of the news is brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.
Welcome back. A 26-year-old Bahamian man under treatment and is being closely monitored after testing positive for malaria. Officials tell us the man showed up at the hospital with symptoms of a fever, headache, vomiting, and diarrhea. There was no evidence of bleeding. He was immediately isolated after it was discovered that he recently returned from a trip to Europe, Africa, and the Mediterranean. Blood samples were taken. Those tests proved he had malaria, a mosquito-borne disease. Now, as a precautionary measure, the patient remains isolated, and according to health officials, that will remain the case until his clinical status significantly improves. In the meantime, the Ministry of Health is encouraging all those who travel to areas where malaria is known to occur to see their primary care physician or a clinic to have their risks identified. They may need to take medication before, during, and after their trip to prevent becoming sick. In the event there are additional questions, reach out to the Communicable Diseases Surveillance Unit. The number there, 502-4790 or 502-4776. In news from the crime beat, police looking into an inner-city shooting that's left a man wounded. The victim was reportedly one of two sitting outside a home on Wilson Tract after 10 o'clock last night when gunmen showed up and began firing before running away. The injured man was rushed to hospital. He's in stable condition. Meantime, luck runs out for two armed robbery suspects. Just before 9 p.m., a man was in the area of a business on Jerome Avenue when a gunman robbed him of a black 2016 Honda Accord. Police can't say in what direction the suspect escaped. Still, a short time later, officers patrolling St. James Road off Camp Road spotted two men exiting the said getaway car. They were arrested. No date's been released on when they'll be formally charged with the crime. The Bahamas, among many countries struggling to restock an important drug called vincristine. Vincristine is a chemotherapy drug largely known for treating childhood leukemia. According to Health Minister Dr. Dwayne Sands, the shortage has caused a struggle in treating this disease.
Yes, it has an impact on the treatment of leukemias. We will have to do the best that we can in order to try and find it, but hospitals all over the world are struggling because a number of manufacturers that used to make vincristine no longer make it. And so it is now in very short supply.
The health minister added that while the shortage may not affect many young Bahamians, one patient is one too many.
This is a problem, but it's the same problem that you would have if you were in Miami, if you were in New York, if you were in Houston, if you were in London, because a number of the major manufacturers no longer make the drug. And so it is difficult to get anywhere.
The chemotherapy drug belongs to a group of drugs called vinca alkaloids and works by stopping the cancer cells from separating into two cells, thus stopping the cancer's growth. Stay with us for a check on sports.
This segment of the news has been brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.